Okay, welcome to video number 2, entering tasks. In the previous lesson we said that we would be allowing Saturday morning work, and as you can see only Sunday is now greyed out and Monday to Saturday is available for work. And when we enter dates into project, it will now automatically account for the number of days. So if a day goes over a weekend, so if we allow 9 days for something from Monday, it'll take off the Sunday and extend the project into another working day. So project will take that into account for us. So on our house move renovation scenario, we now need to enter, I always like to enter the timeline, so the total project timeline. The project starts on the 1st of July and we move out of temporary accommodation on the 14th of July, and we've got 3 days to unpack before our housewarming party. So we'll say the project is going to take 17 days. So I'm going to go to the start date and go back to the 1st of July. We'll have a warning, and I'm going to finish the project on the 17th of July. So you can see now we've got the project timeline, which is the 1st of July to the 17th of July, and you'll see the actual number of working days are 13.63. The 0.63 comes from 3 hours on a Saturday morning. Okay, it's a good idea to leave gaps between each task, and that will become clear as we go along. So we've got 3 distinct areas. We've got moving out jobs, minor renovation jobs, and moving in jobs. In the assignment you get things aren't quite as clear or laid out as that, so you just need to put the headings in and then put the tasks in as they fall in. So we've got moving out jobs. I'll leave quite a big gap because we can add this later on. I got minor renovation jobs, and we've got moving in jobs. So those are the 3 headings our projects fall under. So if we go back to moving out jobs, the project starts on the 1st of July and we move into our temporary accommodation on the 7th of July. So our timeline there is 7 days. So I can enter here 70 and you change the date to the 1st of July, and you'll see that it's put a timeline in for me. Now the timeline is 7 days, Tuesday to the Wednesday, 7 days, so that's fine, we'll go with that. So that's the moving out jobs. So now we just need to enter all the tasks underneath. So I need to pack items. That starts on the 1st of July and I need 5 days. So I enter 5 and a D for day, 5 days, and I enter the 1st of July, and that will give me the 5 working days. But it's taking into account the Sunday that we don't work. And that's important when you're paying people and you're working out the finances for a project, all stuff that I'm going to come on to later on. Another thing we need to do is order a moving truck. So I can order the truck for the 7th of July. So I can say order truck for the 7th. Now, what do I enter here? I can put in here 7th of July. We've only got 1 day. But also equally, this is where projects come down to interpretation. You don't order a truck on the 7th of July and find out there's not one available. So I can order the truck on the 1st of July. Again, I can do that, or equally I could opt not to do it. So I can order the truck for the 7th of July, and then I can put down truck arrives 1 day, and that comes on the 7th of July. So you can see clearly so when somebody's following the project plan, they order the truck on the 1st of July and the truck comes on the 7th of July. I'll pause the video for a moment and enter in the rest of the tasks that we need to do, and then when we come back, I'll explain a little further. Okay, I've gone ahead and entered all the dates in, and as you can see, our timeline's coming together. Order track for the 7th of July, track arrives the 7th of July. I also did book a driver for the 7th, and I put him down arriving the 7th. I could easily have booked the driver on the 1st of July and put down an item for driver arrives as I did for the truck. As you can see, there's one glitch here. Load goods, they wouldn't be on the 1st, that would need to be the 7th, but I can just as easily edit that. That's the beauty of a project plan, you edit things. So I edit it, and it's now all coming together nicely. So here's our project timeline for moving out jobs, 7 days, and everything is falling nicely within it. So what we need to do now is, that is more of a heading. We need to put these tasks together. So what I do is I click the number 4, just like you would do it in Excel. Click and hold, drag down, and then highlight all of these. You then have an indent button. You click indent right, and the jobs will move over to the right, and you'll see that because these fall directly underneath this one, and I highlighted them, that becomes in bold. The time window opens up, so showing the timeline, the summary for it, and then here's the tasks. So this now becomes a summary, and this becomes a task. So this is the summary of the moving out jobs, and they all fall neatly within this window. I can now highlight these, press the delete key, and everything moves up nicely for us. So I've got a gap there. What we need to now do is work out how long the minor renovation will be. Well, we've got the renovation work. We've got the house on the 1st of July. We need to book painters for the 8th of July, but they need 5 days. So we basically need 13 days for the renovation task. So I'll put in 13 days, and we'll do it from the 1st of July. Again, this is something that will come down to interpretation for yourselves. You could just as easily have done minor renovations starting from the 8th of July to the 13th, because that's the 5-day window. I opted to go from the 1st to the 13th, but it would be just as valid to put down the 8th to the 13th. So that's going to become our task summary later on. I now need to start entering the tasks and underneath each of these. So one of the things I need to do is order paint. I can order paint on the one day, and it would be wise to do it on the 1st of July. So I can order paint on the 1st of July, and the paint's going to take 5 days to arrive. So I can type in paint arrives on the 5th of July, and that will be 1 day. I just need to edit the timeline to the 5th of July, and it comes on a Saturday morning. What we'll need to do is to make sure that we change this day as well, because it was a Saturday morning. We need to make sure that we change this to the Saturday as well. And you'll see we've ordered paint, and paint arrives. It would have been just as easy for us to have done order paint to arrive on the 5th of July and just put it down as one item. That wouldn't have mattered either way. And I'll now pause the video and enter the rest of the details in. Okay, I started entering the tasks and the minor renovations. Something I didn't do it when I first started off was order the actual painter. So I can order painter, and he needs to be starting work when the paint's arrived. So we know the paint's arriving from the 5th of July, so that's when we can get the painter in, and he needs 5 days. So the painter can the painter can only start from when the paint's arrived. So he needs 5 days, and he needs to be starting work on the 5th of July. Let me click OK. So the paint, so we've got to watch out the paint. We can order the paint arrives on the 5th of July, so our painter can start work on the 5th of July. He'd start on the Saturday morning for a few hours, then he'll need to go on until the Friday. And it's exactly the same for the kitchen installer. The kitchen installer will need 2 days, and the tiles will take 8 days. So the tiles will be delivered on the 8th. So the kitchen installer needs 2 days from the 8th of July. Okay, the fact that the kitchen installer can't start work until the tiles and the kitchen cabinets have arrived is a dependency, and that is something that we're going to come to later on. So now that we've entered all our tasks under minor renovations, the last thing I need to do is again make it a summary. So I highlight all the items underneath it, and I'll click the indent key, and now you'll see that we've got a summary here, and then we'll have our tasks underneath. And what we'll start to do is perhaps link some of these dependencies as we go along. I did order the paint, and it said it would take 5 days, so there he is, 5 days doing his work. Again, I'll pause the video and enter moving in jobs, and then we'll move on to the next piece of work. Okay, we've entered all of our jobs now. So we've got our timeline, we've got our summaries, and we've got all of our tasks. Your project should, based on the house move renovation sheet, should look something similar to this. However, it will vary, as I've explained, for your interpretation, that you should have something similar to this that gives us all of our timelines. In the next lesson, we'll start to talk about some of the other features like milestones, etc., and they're key features of PowerPoint. We'll come on to that in video 3. Thank you.